All right, what are we talking about today? Well, we have some Nitro V production made by Millit Knives. And then we have this guy right here. This is Nitro V custom, done by BGM Knives on Instagram. This was sent to me by Sam_Didio on Instagram. I'll have links to everybody in the description. And it kind of comes full circle because this knife right here, the Perpetua, was sent to G That Sharp from BGM Knives to test and use. And he was moving and he wasn't going to have time. So he sent it to me for testing. So both of these ended up coming from the same person, full circle to me, which is pretty cool. So the Perpetua from Mastrop. This one has been tested. I did not know what it had tested at when I got it. So I went ahead and tested it, and then I messaged BGM Knives and asked him what it was for a hardness. And this one has not been tested. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, if you guys would like to skip the cutting, it is approximately 3 minutes from the time it starts. It will be over. It is super sped up. You can go ahead and skip it if you want to, or whatever, and then you'll see the rest of the video. So after we watch that, we'll come back and talk about them. Alright guys, now that we went ahead and watched that cutting, like I said, I am going to put a link, but this is who made the custom Nitro V, BGM Knives. Find him on Instagram. I will put a link to his page. So I have also been using this for my 30 days, but with everything that's going on, I don't know if I'm going to get to finish it, or probably just do it on the use I have so far, about 18, 19 days worth. But I did do edge retention testing on it before I started doing my use at work. And this one was 58.5 HRC. It is about 20 thousandths behind the edge at 15 degrees per side. It does keep it a pretty decent way up the grind. The tip does get thicker faster. But we'll go ahead and talk about how this one did. So I didn't know how many edges were on this, so I put a couple edges on it. I used it, got a feel for it. And on the first test, 141 feet fine edge, 202 feet working edge, which isn't bad at all. This is kind of in the XHP territory. The edge comes up really nice like XHP does, and this one deburred pretty good. Didn't have any problem sharpening it or deburring it, and it strops back very well also. On the second test, sharpened the same way, stropped the same way. 140 feet fine edge and 202 feet working edge. So not bad at all. Now we'll get to the BGM Knives Nitro V. And this is about, I did measure, it's about 17, 18 thousandths behind the edge until you get up toward the tip. It gets a little bit thicker. And I did measure, you would have to come up about this far into the blade before the geometry got any thicker. So there's a really nice hollow grind on it. Cuts very well. And as far as sharpening and strapping, this felt really good in sharpening, and what was even more impressive was in strapping. 2 to 3 passes in every time I did it on 16 micron Bark River CBN. I could feel the burr break off in the first few 2 to 3 passes on the strop, which was awesome. This thing comes up really, really nice. The production Nitro V doesn't come up quite as nice as this, but this came up awesome. Cut really nice. This hardened paracord handle it's really good. And let's go ahead and talk about how it did. So I did know this had been sharpened. I believe Sam told me it had been sharpened 2 times before he sent it to me. So I did go ahead and put a couple more edges on it. And then I went ahead and ran it. And on my first test, I got 154 feet fine edge, 245 feet working edge. Sharpened it, stropped it the same way, ran it again. And the second test, 159 feet fine edge and 246 feet working edge. So really solid performance. Knowing that the other one is 58.5, I would guess this is somewhere around 60. And if you look back in the Google spreadsheet that's linked in every description at the edge retention results, this beat all but I think 5 or 6 M390s beat this. This beat all the other M390s. Even this Nitro V here beat probably 80%, 85% of all the M390 that I've tested. And I believe this knife is about $130. And I'm not sure what he charges for some of these different models, but I know that some of them in 80 CRV2 start at around $130. So definitely go check his page out. Big thanks to BGM Knives, since both of these originated from him. Thanks to G That Sharp for sending me the Perpetua. Thank you to Sam Didio for sending me this BGM Knives custom. I look forward to getting some more of his stuff to test and use. I enjoyed this one. It's time for me to get it back. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, put it down below, and I'd love to talk to you about it. That's all I have. As always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.